Snoopy and Flower, 12 chapters in one. Chapter 1, Snoopy and Flower's New Friend. One day, Snoopy and Flower are waiting patiently, but suddenly, the doorbell rang, and there was a friend at the door window, and it was Woodstock. Snoopy said, "Oh boy, Woodstock, I can't wait to see you." Then Flower said,
"I'm glad, Snoopy. Come on, Snoopy. Let's play together."
She said. They read Reading Street books, eat Peeps, dance, play, and more. Until then, Flower and Snoopy said goodbye to Woodstock.
"Goodbye! Goodbye!"
they said, and then Woodstock went all the way home. Chapter 2, Alexandra watches Kid President's Peanuts. Alexandra saw a video popping up on YouTube. Alexandra said,
What's that video? Can I click on it?"
she said. She clicked the video, and then Kid President was on the video. She said,
"OMG, this is awesome! Snoopy and the Woodstocks were there. Charlie Brown, Lucy, Linus and Cher's piano was there, and Snoopy's doghouse was there too,"
she said.
"Oh wow, this is the best video ever seen."
Then she was happy with this video. She said,
"I'm going to show Snoopy and Flower this,"
she said surprisingly. Chapter 3, Pizza Frenzy. One evening, Flower and her best friend Charlie Brown went to a pizza place called Balloon's Pizzeria. So Flower and Charlie Brown went to the pizza place and they met the new owner, Balloon. Balloon said,
"Hello, Flower and Charlie Brown. Which pizza should you guys like?"
Flower said she wants pepperoni pizza to share with. Balloon said,
"Good choice."
Flower said,
"Thank you."
Then Balloon said,
"You're welcome."
They choose which seat they should sit on. Charlie Brown said, "I think we'll choose the one behind the other one," he said. Flower said,
"Okay, let's go."
Then they shared the pizza together and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 4, Flower and Snoopy's Mother's Day. One day, Flower and Snoopy were drawing a picture of their mothers and a picture of a pig. Snoopy said,
"Now that we finished our pictures, we're going to Lowe's and buy some flowers for our mothers."
Then they buy some flowers at the garden shop. Then a cashier came by. His name was Basketball, the cashier. Basketball checks all of the flowers they brought. Then they went back home. First they did was going on Flower's mom's bedroom. They showed was a picture of a pig. Flower's mom said, "Thank you, Flower, for the picture you drawed." She said,
"You're welcome."
Second, they went to Belle's bedroom. Then Snoopy showed a picture of her. Belle said,
"Thank you for the best portrait you made."
Flower said,
"And one more thing we got for you. Flowers."
Belle and Flower's mom said,
"Oh, sweet little guys. Thank you for the flowers."
Then they put the flowers on the vase, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 5, Flamey makes a Google Slides presentation. One day, Flamey was making a Google Slides presentation, but what should he do? Well, he typed all about me for fun. Flamey was getting rid of the title slide layout, then he used a blank instead. He added pictures of him and videos of him. He typed all the text boxes in a row, and then it was finished. Flamey showed Flower and Snoopy the slide presentation he made. He pressed present mode, and here it is. Flower and Snoopy were playing the videos for him. They laughed, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 6, The New Clock. One day, the doorbell rang. The new clock came, and it said,
"Hello, I'm Clancy the Clock. What's your name?"
Flower said,
"My name is Flower."
Snoopy said,
"And I'm Snoopy."
Clandy said.
Great names! Let's learn time!
He said. Flower tells the time and it is 9 o'clock. Clandy said.
Correct time, Flower!
Snoopy told the time too, and it was 9 o'clock. Clandy said.
Correct! Again!
Then Snoopy and Flower laughed, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 7. Woodstock in the Book. One day, Woodstock went to the library and saw a mysterious book. It's called Discovery's Roar at the Zoo. It played sounds like a penguin, tiger, meerkat, and more. He had to get it at the library. Then he brought the book. Then he went back home. Woodstock sat on the floor, and he read the book. He said,
A meerkat stands guard, always on the lookout for danger. Meerkats live in large groups. They eat, sleep, and play together.
He pressed the meerkat button, and it went the
Roar, 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 roar.
Woodstock laughed, and he lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 8. Snoopy plays with no tree puppet drum. One day, something came in the mail today, and it was the no tree puppet drum. Snoopy looked at it and said,
That looks like an old toy from 1997.
He opened the package and he looked at no tree, and it was adorable to see. Snoopy did was the gimmick. It was rattling. He rattled again, and again, until then, bam! Snoopy got tired and his hand needs some rest, and he lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 9. Bon Appetit Becca, the artist. One day, in the art room, Bon Appetit Becca was painting something new. Herself! She is a genius of making stuff, including stickmans. She was doing stickmans herself. After she went to the gymnasium, everyone cheered for Bon Appetit Becca, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 10. Coloring for the fun. One day in the art room, Flower and Snoopy were painting pictures of elephants with sculpture legs. Then someone came over, and it was Balloon. Balloon sat next to Snoopy. Then Balloon grabbed a piece of paper and drew an elephant with sculpture legs too. Then everyone turned in the pictures in the dun bin, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 11. A New Guest. One day, the doorbell rang, and it was Molly. Molly came to visit Snoopy. Snoopy showed Flower Molly. She said,
Wow, that's amazing!
She said. Molly, Snoopy, and Flower played together. They danced together. They ate Cheetos and Pringles together. They watched videos together too. When Snoopy said goodbye to Molly, she left, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Chapter 12. Last chapter. Snoopy and Flower goes to Five Below. One day, Snoopy and Flower went to Five Below. First, they grabbed a cart. Then they went to the toy section. And they saw smushy, mushy ice cream. So they got the toy and they drove back home. And they opened the ice cream surprise. And it was Bela Bear and an ice cream baby. Then they played with it all day. And they lived happily ever after. The end.